Hey guys, welcome to another episode of DeLuSioNaL's Arcade. So in this episode, we are going to revisit this machine right over here. That is Rolling Thunder. As you guys know, you can see there's boxes. I mean, I've just neglected this machine. I've just been too busy. I did acquire some schematics and the original manual in really beautiful shape, actually. So that's cool. I got some parts for it. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the episode. Okay, so before I get into actually taking this thing out, I just want to show you real quick. I did work on some stuff while it was just put away there. This is the actual JAMA board. What I did was I took it out, I tried it, it did not work. I would kind of get the boot screen where the graphics would be garbled and everything. And I figured, okay, you know, the graphics look okay. They were kind of garbled. They're supposed to be like that. I checked in MAME. So I figured it's a CPU issue, try not to let it boot. So I knew, unfortunately, the Namco boards have like all these custom chips. Like this is a custom chip here. That's a custom one, that one, that one, that one. They're all, this one here, they're mostly custom chips. So kind of stunk. So, you know, in the meantime, I tried other stuff. Like I pulled all the ROMs, I double checked them. Everything was clean, it was good to go. So I really needed some of the chips. I wasn't sure what was what. So what I did over time, I just kept it. It kind of piled up a little bit and I was kind of bummed about it. But I did acquire another board. These boards, by the way, are pricey. I think currently on eBay, some guy's asking 1,400 bucks for this board. I think he's nuts. But I did find another board. So this is another board. It was in a little bit rougher shape. You could see here was a repair was done and you could see I X'd out the chip. But this chip here was the one that was bad. You know, I did some caps. I did that too. I recapped the soundboard on this one too. You could see there were a lot of ROMs on this one that were bad. So this one kind of works. It semi-works. But because it did and it actually booted up, I said, wait a minute, let me try swapping chips. So I basically shotgunned it where I would just take chips from this board and put it in here. And boom, it worked. So I was able to boot this one up. I was so happy. So for about... you know, this was 200 shipped from Greece. It actually came from across international waters there. But it arrived safely. I was able to still use it. The guy described it perfectly. I was really happy about it. I gave him positive reviews and stuff. But I did swap it and it worked. So we do have finally a working Rolling Thunder, which is awesome. So I'm probably going to keep this as spare parts just in case, because there's still other custom chips on here that are really hard to get. Or I can try getting it working, but like I said, this is a chip that's faulty right there. And I think I also swapped out this one here that has an X. I swapped out this one here that was bad as well. But that was my own fault because trying to fix it, stupidly I swapped these not realizing they were different. They looked the same to me. I guess the CPU was the same, but they were just programmed differently and I ended up screwing things up. So, you know, I did switch this chip right in here and that one here and bam, it booted up. So that's good news. So let's go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in my Total Carnage cabinet. You can kind of see the game working, and then we're going to pull the other cabinet. I believe I changed the power cord already. I'm not sure. It's been a while. But I definitely have to change the power supply out because that one's just really old. And then see if the monitor works. So we'll do that together. So let's go ahead and just put this in the other machine and we can kind of mess around with it for a bit. Okay guys, we're back. So I chucked it into my Total Carnage machine, which is JAMA. Let's fire it up. And there it is, it's running. So let's see if I can get a better shot here. I'll zoom in just a little bit here. There it is, it's nice and loud. I set the volume to be like that. So let me start a game. Oh, I gotta put quarters in. Let me grab a key, hang on 1 second. I'm not sure if there's free play on this or not. I have to really read the manual, but I put a couple credits in. Put that back, and let's play. So this is a little strange. I mean, I set it for level select, but in order to shoot, I think it's up, and jump is left, because the Total Carnage joystick is a joystick. There's no buttons on it. But it'll work. Let's see. There we go. So up is shoot. Jump is down, so up, there we go. So you gotta get used to it. Can you believe it, guys? I'm playing Rolling Thunder, the original game. That's, to me, that's just crazy. Alright, so I'm actually going to stop playing. We'll go ahead and shut this off, and we'll go to the cabinet and see how we can get this thing working in there. Alright guys, so I pulled it out. You can see here, you know, the side art's in great condition because I kind of magic erasered it. When I say great, I mean it's in acceptable condition that I like. Because there is some, you know, wear here and stuff. I'm eventually going to replace it. I think what I'm going to do, because I've never done it before, like this right here is vinyl. I did order some vinyl for the front. You can see over here there's some damage over here. Here, I'll turn on the light so you can see it a little better. There you go. So, you know, it's peeling here. I am going to probably replace this. It needs a little bit of Bondo work. I may just do that just for now. I mean, it's winter, so I can't do it outside. I should have done it in the summer. I just got super busy. But eventually what I want to do, I think I'm going to do vertical grade laminate on this. So I can get the edges all done really nice. I do have a router. And I'm just going to put laminate on the whole thing. Why not, right? I've never done it. I figured it's a very easy project to do. Instead of painting it or putting the vinyl on it, I don't want to be bothered. And then I can order the sticker, which they do have. They do reproduce this. And then I can just stick it on there and it'll look beautiful. The control panel is in great shape. You know, you can see it's acceptable. Same thing here. It's in nice shape, so I'm going to leave all that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. You can see the other side. It has some nicks here, like missing here and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's it, you know, just reviewing. And then of course it has some burn-in and stuff, and that's because, you know, this game doesn't have a really great attract mode on there, so that's pretty common. But once we turn it on and it's the same monitor, it should be fine. You're not really going to notice it too much. So let's go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this. We're going to turn it around, open it up. So let me just set the camera on the tripod and we'll get going with this whole restoration. All right, so let me go ahead and turn this. Let's make sure it's in frame there. Yep. And then if I need to bring it down, I can. Let's see. Let me just double check. Yeah, I could bring it down a little bit. There we go. Leave it right there. And of course, I'm being a super nerd. I have the Rolling Thunder shirt I got online. I got it on eBay. It was like 20 bucks, and I've had it for a while actually, and it's make my friends jealous. They really like that I have it. So there's that one, and there's this one here. So let me go ahead and take this out. I'll lean this over here gently on the outrun. So this is how it came when I got it. Actually, the neck board was off. Everything's been discharged already. I'm going to do it, even though it's been sitting for months. I'm going to discharge it anyway. But here it is. Here's the power supply. I did change out the cord already, so that's good. I got it with the, looks like this is the 16 gauge, I want to say. So that's good. And I tucked the cord in, I think because it was upstairs when I did this. And there we go. So I have to actually build in some sort of strain relief. But anyway, I'll fix that. So it has the good cord. I think what we should do is we should plug it in. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to test the voltages on this to see if there was anything wrong with it. But this power supply here is super old. And you can see this is super, I mean, it's all dusty, of course, and it's all dirty. So I think what I'm going to do, after I test the voltages real quick, and when I take it out, before I put the new one in, I'm just going to give this a good cleaning. I'm going to use probably a brush and a vacuum. Yeah, because it's pretty filthy in here. But other than that, it looks complete. I mean, the board was here on the side, has the adapter board, which goes on these little pegs right here. And then the board goes there. And then we have the rest. So let me go ahead. I'm going to get my multimeter, and then we can turn it on and just check the voltages. I'm really curious just to see what this is set at. But I'm definitely going to swap this out with something new because that board is pretty expensive. I don't want to risk it. All right, so I actually decided to clean it first because I'm looking at this thing. It is super filthy. I don't want to get all dirty. So I'm just going to quickly, what I do is I just take a brush, I kind of stir up the dust and stuff and suck it up with the shop vac, and then we can kind of get in there. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll return to getting this tested. Okay, so you guys are gonna laugh when you see this. It's a huge screwdriver I use for automotive stuff to get deep into the engine there. So let's see. There we go. Perfect for the job, let me tell you, because trying to get in there was a pain. Put that on the side. All right, so now I have the screw. Put it there. So let me just look real quick. I mean, I can test it. Just really short wires, so it's going to be a little hard, but I can try it. All right, let's see. Let's get this out of the way. Let me bring you guys in closer. All right, guys, so we're back. Sorry, I had to get a phone call here. That's what I mean. I get super busy with stuff, so it's really hard to get everything done. So anyway, I'm going to put the multimeter right here. We're going to go ahead and test the voltages, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. So I don't have the monitor connected at this time. I disconnected it. So all we have is the power supply. It may be a little high because the board, it's not drawing any voltage, but I'm only expecting it to be like maybe 5.06 or something like that. I typically set mine to like 5.02 on my boards, and they're fine. So let's see. And this power supply actually looks like it does -12 too. So it's actually a pretty decent power supply. I still want to swap it out because -12 is not used on my board. So let me go ahead and put that on ground. Looks like we have, yep, as guessed, 5.57, 5.56. Right now it's 5.55. Okay. And then let's see if we can test -12. Let's see, that's the next one down. Okay, so this one here, it's kind of hard to read sideways here. So it's -11.85. And the next one is -5, so let's try that. So that's -12. This is -4.68. And then, of course, 12 would be the next one. So you have -12, so 12 would be right there. So it's set for 12.10. So I'm not even going to bother dialing it down. I can, but we're not going to use it anyway. So I was just curious to see what it's at. All right, so let me go ahead and shut this off here. What you want to do, you know, it's really tempting just to do everything all at once where you just unplug everything. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it one at a time. So I did unplug it like we said. Let me put this back like it was. So you're going to basically take off one at a time. Typically the first thing I do is the AC DC voltage, but it looks like the ground, what's preventing it? Actually, it's that's preventing it from moving. So yeah, I'll do these first. So it looks like the white's on the top, and I'm taking these off at the same time. And the black is on the bottom. And you guys know me, I like to crimp stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and stop this video. I'm just going to get my equipment, and that way we can just crimp it and be all done. Okay, we're back. So I got all the tools I need. Again, I'll put a link in the description because there's awesome tools. I use these vice grip ones. There's a wire stripper. You can just set it to whatever you want. It works really good. I got some, what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to swap out the wires because I don't know if you can see it over here. Here, let me see if I can kind of check out what we're looking at here. So basically, if I unplug this from the block over here, they're really short. So they're 1/4 inch female quick disconnects. This is too short. I don't have the same colors, but I do have a thicker gauge wire here. This is actually taken from a JAMA harness that I had, which has already has the ends on them. So I'm going to go ahead and just use these. I just got to figure out what color is what. So I'm probably going to use the ground is going to be yellow, and then the red is going to be the other color. You know, as long as you know what it is, I'll be fine with that, because I don't want this mounted in like that like it was, because it was really hard to test the voltage that way. I want to mount it this way so I can easily grab all the voltages I need on the side and view everything. So, I mean, I could mount it somewhere else. I could mount it here if I wanted to, which might not be a bad idea, but at this point, you know, the wires are right there. I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, there's already like a metal, looks like the original power supply was probably in there. I'm not really sure. I mean, either way, it's not going to be ideal, but I'd rather have it this way than the other way. I feel I can get in better that way. Yeah, I think that's going to be what I'm going to do. So let's see if I mount that right there where it was. I think there was only one screw in too, which is kind of, don't you hate when people don't do a good job? I'm super picky about that. Maybe I'll just mount it there. But I want to be able to access it, that's the problem. To adjust voltage and whatnot. What if I do this? I think that'll be the easiest way. Yeah, I want it to be up though. Just dissipate heat better. Maybe I'll just stick it there. You know, because this power supply, the way it was situated there wasn't that great. The board's going to slide in that way, so it's not going to it's going to block anything. Maybe I'll do that. See, I'm not a fan of having it sideways though. You know what? Maybe I'll just do that. Because the coin bucket, let me just double check something. Yeah, the coin bucket's missing, but it does slide in there, so it's not going to interfere with it at all. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to put it here for now. Let me go ahead. Before I put that in, I'm just going to measure. So I'm disconnecting these two. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So it looks like white is on the right, black is on the left, and these can stretch up here. Yeah, it's going to be plenty. I'm not really convinced. I'm not sure where I want to mount that just yet. But what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and take these off. So it's already pre-measured, so I just do this. Done. And the next one, same thing. And what I may do, actually that didn't work too well. I forgot to tighten it here. What I may do actually is make it bigger and double it up. Yeah, because these are like, they're power supply wires, but these JAMA harnesses are really, really cheap. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to use this actually. Oh no, I think it'll be fine. I'm looking at it now. So I'm just going to double it up and fold it over. It's just easier to crimp. Okay, so I basically just did that. Let me go ahead and do the other one. Where is it? And I'm just going to twist it together. And what I did was I just folded it over like that. You just double it up, it's better because it doesn't slip out, can't slip out as easy. And then as far as the connectors, I believe I brought two. Here we go. And I'm going to do it in the red one. But let's see. Because there's three settings, red, blue, and yellow. And this is for thinner gauge. It squeezes it tighter. Yeah, I think that's fine. So there's one, and then the other one. I'll stick in here. All right, so that's good. So let's see. Just put this there. It looks like white was on the right and black was on the left. So it's kind of sticking this on the block there. Okay. Now this one. There we go. See, I didn't hear that snap with the other one, but I think it should be fine. Let's see, try it again. Yeah, that's fine. So this one's on the bottom. So it's just way easier if you have new you know, new connectors that are longer. Those wires that were on there were super short. And I'm just gonna quickly take all these out. Oops. All right. So if it's gonna be this way, actually I want it that way, so you know what, I'll put it in this way. There we go. And then this one here can go in the other one. So you should always have stuff, like I always have things like this on hand. These are sheet metal screws. It says sheet metal, but they just work perfect for these arcade cabinets in wood. And this has enough torque where I can just settle it down there. So I'm gonna not have it too much to the left there. I just want to make sure that this reaches up here. It should, yeah, because the ground wire is actually tangled up. It'll be fine. So maybe I'll just stick it. Like I said, I wanted to do that and adjust it that way. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll just have it go right here. That to me sounds like a better plan. So I'm going to measure. I'm just going to put a hole right there. And it's set for fast right now. But I'm going to set it for higher torque. All right. So what I can do is I can just slide it in there, tighten it up. I'll just tighten it a little more. And then just tighten the other one. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to leave it out. So that's fine there. Next I'm going to do is the ground, because that's the one that's tangled up. So this is field ground, which is actually tangled. So I'm going to untangle it here, and it should reach no problem. So field ground is going to go right there. Let's see, I wanted to have it, what, like this? So I really should have had him pointing down, but see, that's what happens when you change your mind, guys. You know what, I'm going to switch these as well. I might as well. There's one, and I'll just tighten this one up now. It's hard because it's at an angle, but it's fine. You know what, I'll probably use, let me see if I can use this. Oh yeah, way better. So that the drill can't fit right there. And then this one, I'll just tighten while I'm at it. Okay, cool. All right, so we have the AC, we have the ground, and now we just gotta switch the rest. So let me go ahead and do that. So we're gonna do the plus 12 next. Plus 12 is red. And of course, these are the old kind. Those annoy me when you have these that they don't slip in. You have to take the whole thing apart. Oh, and then you end up dropping stuff like that. So, yeah. All right, there's that. So plus 12 is red. Actually, there's a couple red. So I'm just gonna go ahead and not make the mistake of not putting them in. So I think I'm gonna recrimp this. Why not? I have the stuff right here. And this is great. I got this at Harbor Freight. It's just a terminal set. It has 520 pieces, and it has everything you need. Let's see here. See, I used a whole bunch already. Regular connectors for power supplies. And let me just double check. I'm gonna see if these fit, because some of them don't fit. Yeah, this one is having trouble. So let's see if I can get a fatter one here. This one looks like the right one. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and recrimp that. So let's take this out. snap it off. And then this should be fine if I just do a single cut right there. So I talked to, coincidentally, I'm filming this video, or shooting it, and I talked to Andrew. Andrew's the guy you saw in the original Rolling Thunder video. He's who helped me pick it up. Great guy, and we were kind of catching up. We hadn't talked in a while. And we were just catching up on things we can do for the future and what he's working on. And, you know, his game room's still not ready. Because I told him, I said, hey, I want to get a tour of that. But he said he's still waiting a little bit. He's going to wait till the spring so he can get it cleaned out right. And then they're redoing stuff. So should be cool. I feel I can take all these out. These are just ground. You know what? I'll do one at a time. I keep doubting myself, but it's just be a little tight here. So let's see. That's field ground, and there's plus 12 volts, which is right there. And we'll put this one in. Close it up. All right. And then, yeah, so it was cool. He was like, hey, you're working on that today? That's great. So I'm going to go ahead and do the plus 5s now. Wow, there's like a lot of hackery going on here. So you got plus 5. Yeah, this is probably definitely not meant to have a switching power supply in here because the JAMA connector, even though it's JAMA, has an adapter on it. So this is plus 5, this is plus 5, that's plus 5. So there's 3 plus 5s right here, which I'm going to redo because like this one I don't need to because this has the regular connector on it, but these two have the ones that I hate on them. So let me go ahead and chop these off. So there's 1, and I'll take this one. I wonder if I can, I guess I can combine the two, right? Why not? They're both plus 5. Yeah, that's the thing. When you get cabinets, a lot of times you'll have to change things around a little bit because they're just hacked up. So you have to just make it for the better. I like doing things the right way. You know, it takes a few extra minutes to do whatever. Definitely is time consuming, but you do it the right way, oops, that came out. It pays off in the end. So let me go ahead and start putting this on. And I'll have that ready. So I'm going to put these together. And then I'll slip this through. All right. That's never going to come out. So there's one. But this is a thinner wire, so I'm going to make that one double as well, like I did earlier for the other ones. So I'm just twisting it, fold it over, pop that baby in there. All right, so did I already have it? No, I need another one here. Put that in, grab that. I may need to fold it a little more. Can't seem to get it in there. There we go. There, that's really tight. I can feel it there. So we're going to put the plus 5s. I'll kind of run it. This is just interfering with everything. So I'm going to run this plus 5 right here. Plus 5 all the way on the end here. I'll probably try to put them in both in at the same side there. What is this wire though? Like I've never, you know, it looks really hacked. Oh, you know what that is? That's the that's the counter and the to power the counter. Yeah, that's a little hacked up. I might have to switch that wire out. Yeah, I definitely need to take this out right here. Because, like, I can't get to anything. All right, that's a little better. So, +5 goes right there. And then I'm gonna put this one on top to remind myself that I gotta switch it out because there's a lot of hacked wires past that. And I don't really like that it's so thin like that, but. All right, so that's that. And of course the ground. So let's get that one out. So the rest are ground, so I'm gonna fix these as well. Probably combine some. Let me put these in before I forget because I'm probably going to keep this power supply. It looked like it was fine. And it is, oops, it is a more specialized power supply that has -12 on there. Okay, so we're back. So I did get that screw. It was a pain. It was really buried in there. But you definitely want to grab the screws that fall in because you don't want it to short. That would be really bad. So I'm going to close everything up. This is, I like cleaning up everything and not leaving a mess here. Sorry, guys. There it is. Let me go ahead and toss this out. And it's great. With this wireless microphone, I have so much freedom now. It's amazing. All right, let's get this out of the way. We don't need the screws anymore. I'm going to go ahead and cut these. So these are all ground. So I can combine, there's 3 of them. I could probably try to combine 3, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put 2 in one. There's more than one terminal there. So I'm going to just cut all these off. And then we'll have a nice clean install that we can be proud of. All right. And these are pretty thick, so they don't need double. I don't have to do that double thing that I did before. There's one. And it's funny, it's labeled, it has a label on there, it's old, it says ground. So, by the way, the previous owner, Kevin, he was a great guy. You know, Kevin, if you're watching, I'm going to pay you a visit again. I know you had some parts you wanted to give away and sell. So maybe we'll do an episode, we'll call it arcade picking or something, and we'll figure out what we can do there. But great guy, you know, he has a passion for the hobby. As you see in my other episode, you can see it if you click on here. He actually did some stuff. Let's see, do I need this? Yeah. He constructed a golden T. He actually put a golden T circuitry, all the original boards, inside this box, and he brought it to his friend's house in Pennsylvania, and they hooked it up to a regular TV. So he built a super gun, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, that was before all the 60-in-1 stuff came out. Way back in the day, so I thought that was ahead. He was ahead of his time for sure. That's what I'm looking for. So, yeah, really cool guy, and he was happy to sell it to me. He's like, "Hey, I think I found the right buyer." You know, he had it for $200. He was confident that he couldn't get it to work. I didn't tell him that the board didn't work after. I'll tell him now that I got the board working, because I'm sure I'm going to talk to him again. I'm just going to let him know. Man, this came out. That the board wasn't working, but it was still a good deal for $200. Even if it's a non-working board, everything's there. It's all original stuff. The only thing is the power supply wasn't there, but that might be common for these. Let me see if I can get those in there. Yeah. There it is. So that's done, and then I'll just do another one for this. Pop that on there. Oops. Yeah, the thing is, these things are so hard to press down. I mean, I'm strong, and I usually do it with 2 hands just to make sure it's really on there. Because they're insulated. I mean, I use the insulated ones. I don't care. I crimp right over it. Okay, so let's put this one in here. Ground. I'll put it on the fast one. 1, And this one here. Perfect. All right, so we got the ground, we got the 5, we got the 12, and we're good to go. So now that it's all hooked up, let me go ahead and turn this on. We'll test voltage. I'm gonna go ahead and flick it on. Did I plug it in? And I don't see the light going on. That's odd. Oh, you know why? I'm such an idiot. I plugged in Outrun. All right, guys. There we go. So you can see the light's turning on here. It's hard to see at your angle, I guess, but the light right here is turning on. It's on. And I'm going to test voltage. We'll go ahead and stick this back on. That's AC, that's DC. And we'll go ahead and stick this on. So right now, that's ground, plus 5 volts. Right now it's set for 5.07. Oops. Can you guys see that? Yeah, so it's 5.06, 5.07. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn it. I'm going to set it for about 5.02. That's what I like to set it at, the sweet spot. And now I'm going to go ahead and check the rest. So here's ground again. I'm just testing -5 just for the heck of it. 4.16. And then 12.24. So that's good. Awesome. Excellent. Just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and test the AC. That's these two over here. Right now it's 120.6, so that's 120 volts. We're good to go. All right. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to grab the board. We'll kind of slide it in there and we'll plug everything in, and then we'll test more voltages and make sure it's good to go. And then this should play blind. That's our goal, is to have it play blind. And then we'll plug in the monitor and we'll see if we get an image on that. All right, guys, so I set up a different angle. Hopefully you'll be able to see without me interfering too much. So this is the interconnect board here. This thing is what translates it to JAMA. It has a whole bunch of connectors that go in here and stuff. I'm not really sure what does what, so I'm going to quickly reference my manual. I know they go on this connector, but I'm not sure if this is power or this is power. I'm not really sure. I know one of them is video, one's for the speaker. It's just a little weird. This here says player 2 on it. It says control 2 and control 1. So I know it's definitely this where the controls go, and this is not used at all. So let me go ahead and look that up. I'll quickly just open it up. And check this out, guys. I have a brand new, I got this off eBay. It was under $20. And it is like in pretty mint shape. It's really cool. Came in the plastic. So I'm just going to quickly thumb through this, and shows you the joystick. And this is the original joystick that came on there. I actually have this joystick. I got it on eBay. I did some searching. I was really patient, and I got it for 60 bucks. Can't go wrong on that. So I just got to rebuild it and, you know, lube it up and stuff and clean it. So let's see here. This is the PCB. This here is the, looks like it's a soundboard. Here it is, interconnect. So this here is the PCB for the end, you know, that's the one I just showed you. And it looks like, if I'm looking here, looks like the speaker goes there on the right, like I said. And then the power, let me see if I can hold it up so I can see. You guys can see, but looks like the speaker is right here. And then the power is right next to it. And then up here is the video. I see up there it says video. And control 1 is right here. And then this is the coin. There's another harness that I got to plug in for the coin door. And, oh, my light just went out. That's fine. We have the other one. And then we have, looks like this over here is the ground. It's a test point, and there's a couple other test points too, but that's all right. So I know how to hook it up. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me see if I can get some more light in here. Just give me 1 second. All right, there you go. All right, so let me go ahead and pop it in. So there's these two things right over here. That's where it goes. I've done it before, so I know. It's easier, instead of putting it on the PCB first and then sliding it in that way, it's actually easier just to pop it on these things first. So I'm going to go ahead, there's one, there's two, and then the PCB is over here. So I'm going to grab it and make sure I have the right one. Okay, that slides in like so. Now this padding here, I mean, I guess it was a little bigger. It's kind of worn away. It's not really touching the PCB, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it. And that should slide in. And I know it's a really, really tight fit, so I got to kind of pray here. There we go, just snapped in. So there it is. I just got to secure it on the bottom. Let me just grab the screwdriver. And it comes in right here. Perfect. I'm not going to over tighten it there. And that's it, nice and secure. PCB's in there. All right, let's go ahead and plug everything in. So I believe this here, yep, that's the power. So the power set goes right there. The speaker is right next to it. This is the coin door. Goes right in there. And then this here looks like it's the controls. It's coming from up there from the panel. And this here is not really connected to anything. I don't know why it's there, but I'm going to connect it anyway. So there we go. There's that. And then this doesn't really, it kind of goes to the coin door over here. This one actually goes to nothing. I'm looking at it. There's only one connector and it terminates to nothing. So I'm not really sure where this went, but I'm going to go ahead and connect it just in case. That's really where it was. I'll figure that out later. I'm going to figure out this. There's also some hacked up wiring right here, which I'm going to figure out right here too. That's the one that I put on top on purpose, so I know that I got to mess with that later. But right now we're just trying to get it to work. So this one is the test point right there, which is the ground. And then this one over here, I believe goes in here on the PCB. Okay. Let's see. I'm not crazy about how this is going here. It's like kind of wrapped around everything. Yeah, it's going right through there. Oh, well, I'll just leave it later. Once I do this, I'll clean it up, untangle it there. So that's basically it. So, oh, you know what? I forgot the video cable. So the video, obviously there's two ends on it. I want to plug the ends. This looks like it goes to the monitor. You have the RGB with the ground, and then you have the sync right here. And this is just the regular cable, which has everything on it. So this is going to go right over here. I'm going to kind of go behind. There we go. It's kind of a little loose there. Hopefully that won't affect our signal. And then this looks like it goes up here. I'm going to plug it in the monitor even though we're not turning the monitor on. So I just popped it in. And I think that's it. I'm not connecting the monitor. This is the power cable right here. And that's it right there. I'm not going to connect it for now because I got to make sure everything's good with that. I'm going to double check all the connections and make sure all the wires are where it's supposed to go. So hopefully we'll get some power and sound and stuff. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, do I have it plugged in? Let me quickly plug it in. All right, here goes nothing. All right, that was good. I heard a pop sound, which means the PCB is active. I can actually hear power going through it. There we go. So we got a game working blind, which is great. All right, so let me go ahead. Here, let me lower it a little bit. There we go. Very cool. So I'm going to test the, while I have it out, I'm going to go ahead and test the voltage on that. Let's see, what did I do with the multimeter? Oh, here it is. So the multimeter is right here. I'm setting it to DC. So let's see if you guys can see this. I'm going to try to position it so you can. Can you see that in the video? No. Man, they need to invent some sort of... Anyway, let me see if I can hold it up for you guys while I do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on +5 and ground. Right here. And I'm not going to be able to adjust it, but it's dead on. I don't know if you can see that. It said 5.02 originally, now it says 5.01. So that's pretty much dead on. Let's go ahead and check, let's see, +12. And it says 13, it's a little high, 13.31. I wonder why it's a little high like that. When you turn down the 5, which is that knob there, it actually turns everything down. Usually it's under, it's like 11 point something. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But it is playing blind, which is great. You know what, let's go ahead and grab this. I'm gonna take this off the tripod here. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll swing over to the front. My battery just died for the, not gonna have great light over here, but let's see. Let's try coining up and see what happens. It's coining up. The speaker's right here, by the way. It's only one speaker. Let's try pressing player 1. These do not light up by design. They're not supposed to, so let's see if it works. There we go. Does the shoot button work? Yep. Nice. So it's playing blind right now. We're a step ahead. So apologize for it being dark. I just didn't want to turn it all around. Yeah, let's go ahead and hook up this monitor and see. So I'm going to put this on the tripod. We'll have it set up and we'll see what's going on with this thing. All right, guys, so we're back. I'm going to go ahead and the game is off. You know, it's okay. It's off, so I'm going to switch this and put this together. But this here, I think I put this on myself because it was actually taped together. And I'm trying to see if I had the right connector on there. Was it? Yeah. So that's the power for that. I made sure the neck board is on. This is twisted together. I'm not a fan of that at all, you know, for the ground. But it looks like it was worked on. Obviously, somebody cut it and they put it together. These look like pretty new caps. Who knows if they're in backwards or what. I got to double check it. It's a K7000 chassis. I got to test the voltage, a B+ on the side over here. But for now, let's just see if we get any neck glow or anything. And let me see. We'll turn it on. Oh, I don't see anything. Let's see, are we getting neck glow? It's hard to tell. Let's see if I can shut this off. Yep, we're getting neck glow. So not sure why. Maybe it's still warming up. Hey, it works. Check it out. I'm actually going to turn it. It'll be easier. I have it on sliders right now. I have these, there we go. Check it out. That's great news. Here, let's go and see it. So it looks like crap. Probably needs to be adjusted. I can hook up the TPG and dial it in. It's a K7000, that's a good thing. Most likely I will cap it again. But when he said the monitor didn't work, maybe that's what he meant. It turns on. It just, the colors are bad, and I can rejuve it. The only problem with this is the monitor is so deep that if you rejuve it, it's actually going to put all the particles towards the back of the neck, which is not what you want. It'll cause shorts, which I've done in the past. I learned the hard way. So That's awesome. Let me see if I can dial it in. Let me grab my adjustment tool. But I'm psyched. We finally got it to work. Let's see, where's my adjustment tool? So again, I recommend this wholeheartedly. Let me actually grab it. I'm gonna grab this and bring it up. I'm just adjusting my lighting here. Just bear with me. Okay. All right, actually, let me point it to the ceiling here. It'll just come out a little better, less washed out. Even though it's pretty bright already. I think you guys can see that. Okay, cool. So I have this thing right here. This is the adjustment tool that I use. It's super long. I can't remember the model number. Wait, actually, does it say it here? No, it doesn't. It just says USA. But I got it on eBay. I think it was like $10, $8. But they were limited in supply, and I'm really fortunate to have gotten one. With this side, you can adjust the horizontal width coil. It's like a kind of like an Allen wrench, except it's plastic. Don't ever do it with metal. Jason, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. It's my buddy Jason did it, and he got shocked. But then it has other adjustment tools here, so this reaches all the way in safely, and you can do whatever. So I'm trying to think what I should do. Let me go get my mirror. I have this awesome mirror that I built. Can't remember who gave me the idea. It was someone, I don't know if it was on John's Arcades, his channel, where somebody wrote in and they made one, but I made a pretty good one here. It's not perfect, but you know, it allows it to clip on. So you clip this here and you can just kind of move it around. And what I did is this was at the 99-cent store. I paid maybe like, I don't know, a little over $1 for this, even though it's 99-cent store, the dollar store. And then I took this part off. This actually goes to a lamp where I just took I had like the cable and all that, took all that off, gutted it, put this on, and it works great and it clips on. So it allows me to kind of see. So I'm bent down here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna adjust it just so I can see the colors, which is right there. So I don't have to hold it, I don't have to do this. So let me go ahead and do that. Right now, wow, I could smell the dust. Oof. I'm adjusting the neck board here. Seeing if I can get colors. I really should put the TPG in just to see what's going on, but yeah, that's doing nothing. Next one. And it could be the pots are pretty gone too. I do have some pot kits I could stick on there. Yeah, it looks like one of the guns is dead. Wonder if we'll turn this into a redo video. Turn the side ones here. Oh, got it a little brighter. Okay. Let's see what this other one does. It's hard, I'm at this weird angle here. No. All right, looks like one of the colors are definitely dead. Let me go ahead and try adjusting the brightness and the contrast and all that stuff. Let's see. That's the brightness. Looks like it's too bright. I'm really glad that it's working though. That's great. And I do have spare monitors. If I need to chuck one in there, I can. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely one of the guns isn't firing. So, all right, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I already know. I'm gonna have to pull this monitor out through the front. It's kind of a royal pain in the butt. But you really don't want it leaning backwards. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a whole episode on rejuvenating. That would be cool. Yeah. So that's it. I think we'll stop here. This is a good stopping point. Oh, you know what? I'm going to adjust the focus a little bit because I can adjust that. It looks a little blurry to me. That's right here on this knob. Let's see where we are. There we go. I'm just trying to adjust it so I can see it. That's blurry, that's blurry, that's clear. All right, that looks good. All right, so, you know, I wonder if I just need to reflow stuff. I probably should remove it and cap it. That's what I should do. But like it almost looks like the problem is with one of the guns. So let me see if I can find any more. Let me get a flashlight real quick. What I do with my, oh, there it is. Let me look back here and see what's going on. So it looks like there's the red cutoff, which does nothing. This one is the green cutoff, which does nothing. And then the blue on the side is what I cranked up. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. So I really shouldn't have jacked it like that. Yeah. And then again, sometimes if you go back and forth, it'll, yeah, I bet you anything I need to rejuve it. All right, well, we're more than halfway there. So let's do some gameplay real quick. See how it behaves at the controls. And by the way, guys, I just want to give you a little heads up here. I don't want to spoil anything, but I kind of do. Here it is. This is the thing that I got to put in there. Came with the harness and everything, and even came with a spare interconnect board for the controls, which is great. But I'm just going to test it right now just to make sure it all works. It did work in the other JAMA machine, so let's see. I'm going to actually go over here, move over, and let's press player one. Actually, let's try 2 players. Can you guys see? Yeah. I moved over a little bit. So left, right, fire's working. Let's try going up. You can look up. Yep, you can duck. Perfect. Now you can jump. Let's jump back down with this one. And let's shoot. Cool, they all work. So controls are working. Nice. I want this to look as gorgeous as the other monitor I just had it on. Let's get some bullets. I'm so psyched that this is working now. Awesome. Let's get a machine gun. Oops, I didn't mean to go in again. Oh, this is way easier to control. Beautiful. Let's shoot this guy here. Jump down. This control isn't that bad, the one that's in here already. It's a Wyco, so it feels good. Wyco 4-way. ran out of bullets here. Oh man, I must have got shot. Oh, player 2, okay. I forgot I selected 2 players. Oh, it says select your area, so. Cool. You could select whatever level you want on this. I think that's default, so it's not like you're cheating or anything. I think it's similar to Tempest, where you can kind of select your levels. Yeah. So I have 40 bullets, let me go all the way down. Cool. I love that part. You just hold it down. You go to town on them. Let's jump down, avoid that guy. Oh man. I jumped too late, should have jumped earlier. So cool, it works. Alright guys, that about does it for this video. We will continue and quickly. I'm actually going to probably do it tomorrow where I just rejuve it. I'm going to have to take everything out this time because, you know, the angle that it's at, since it's kind of in, if it were straighter, it'd be good. I don't want the particles that fall off when you rejuve it to fall back into it and give it a short. So it's very important that you take it out, lay it on a table, which I'm going to put probably right here. I'll use my Arcanoid and cover it, and then we'll rejuve it. So, all right, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, pass it on to your friends, hit the bell icon, all the usual stuff. I'm on Twitter at Del's Arcade. And I'm also on Instagram. I just kind of joined there and I started posting on there. So keep an eye out for that. Just look up DeLuSioNaL's Arcade, you'll see it. So until next time, I guess we'll see you in the next one. So stay tuned. Take care.